What's your reason to live? For a while, it was ambition. Just wanted to discover what I was capable of accomplishing. I got my first GF a few months ago, and that changed a lot in my head. I want to live to find out what I'm capable of doing, but also who I can become, and to enjoy things in life. It isn't so serious, you know? Maybe I can just enjoy good food and go to parks and pet animals and read books sometimes. Maybe contentment is an option that can coexist with me. And if I assume death is nothingness, then why the hell not live? There's dogs here. I've got a few reasons to keep on trucking. On with my cat to see who can take more naps in a day, and I refuse to let him win. Secondly, I've got this massive stash of dad jokes that I'm determined to unleash on the world, one groan at a time. And lastly, I'm holding out hope that one day I'll stumble upon a secret portal to a world where pizza grows on trees and Netflix binges count as cardio. So, until then, I'm sticking around for the adventure and the laughs. Find ways of raising awareness of the beauty we all have within us, things we can do, places we can be, things we can share. To teach people they don't need to have children to make a difference in the lives of others, and let everyone become aware of the impact they can have on people with every word, action and art piece. We're on a finite, beautiful planet which needs advocates. We all do. That's a goal anyway, sort of on hold given resources and outreach. I'm somewhat near the best version of myself at 43 years old. Too late and see the things I can appreciate now, like nature, travel destinations, help family friends develop to their best versions, and help those in need that didn't have the same resources I had. Basically take care of my bucket list and theirs. If I've lived 5 lives before and only remember this one in our modern time frame, I want to do the most with it. I wouldn't think of doing anything to myself, but just in the last few days an innocent 11-year-old girl was killed and thrown in a river. A 22-year-old young woman was killed while jogging. An able 47-year-old man ended up dropping dead at a prison. And stuff like that keeps on happening. Justice either never comes, or is far too late for any good yet. The world goes on without any justice, as if someone's life is worth less than others. I'm hurting. I don't need to live. I never asked to be born. But the fact that I am alive and was created at all forces me to arrive at the conclusion that my Creator needs me to be alive for some reason. I'm trusting that I'll figure it out someday, even if it is my last day. Life is figuring out why I'm here. Death is merely ceasing to be myself in order to become something or someone new. And if I'm wrong, at least I got to have some chocolate. My son. I've dealt depression since I was 14. Back then my siblings were my reasons to stay. I couldn't imagine one of them finding me. It's been about 10 years now, and while the postpartum depression is difficult, this kid is my everything. I'm so in love with him and I could never leave him. I'm so excited to grow old. I get to watch my son grow up. I think 14-year-old me, he would be so proud. We made it. If I die, the people in my life who love me would be devastated. I also wouldn't get to see my baby niece grow up. Also, I have been lucky enough to experience really fun, exciting, interesting things in my life, like love and sex and international travel. Even if my life is extremely dull and kind of sad right now, I like to think that my future will hold more fun experiences, or at least it potentially could. To see where life takes me, who I'll fall in love with, what job I'll have, if I'll get the homestead I dream of. I can't find the answers to these questions if I off myself, can I? No, I have strict parents, so I want to see what I can do and become when I don't have to listen to every rule they have. My parents are just helicopter parents. I don't mean this in a bad way, it's just annoying at times. Should there be a reason? I mean, we came into the world without a real one and now we have to decide why to stay. I didn't decide to be here, so I have no reason to stay. But I love falling in love, and I'm trying to fall in love with life too, and everyone should do it. Falling in love and keeping that feeling alive takes time. Fortunately, we have a whole lifetime to do it. TBH, I've completely stopped living for a purpose. I used to imagine that I was here for something grand, that the years wore me out. I have kids, and for a moment I thought maybe I was put here because I was supposed to have kids that did something significant. I was wrong for thinking like that. Please keep in mind, these are only thoughts of mine. But Dan, did I have hope? To have my first kissing experience with a girl that's 18-22. To actually feel and know how it is and feels like. There are other things, but honestly, if I were to die in a few hours from now, that would be my last wish, to have a kissing experience with a cute young girl. That's been my biggest dream since I was like 12 or so. Yes, I'm an incel, as you can tell. To fully understand my loved ones. Everyone says that there are hundreds of perceptions of you. Well, I would say knowing those closest to their truest form is beautiful. When I try to imagine my loved ones in my mind, none of them are perfect representations of who they are here and now. I find it sad that I may never truly know their essence. Sappy. However, to live, I think. I love to read, learn new things. Humor. Music. A few people, nature around me, and my own choice is to achieve my very humble dream. I dread the responsibility of owning my home. And I love living in nature and watching the birds. Just squirrels, foxes, and animal life right outside my window. I hate myself, but I like my life, somehow. I live for blessings in disguise. At 3 a.m. once I thought about how if I jumped I'd probably lay there alone, half alive, writhing in pain and make a whole heap of trouble for the neighbors, the constructors of the scaffold, and many more. I came down and something unpleasant happened, but it led to one of the best moments of the past few years. Life, death. My sister's suicide made me question that recently, but from what I know about her, it has to be brain chemistry. She jumped from 17 floors. How could the diseased homeless have the urge to live and she did not? I love life. I'm a magician. I love magic. And then family, partying, traveling, giving, life, death, until it is inevitable. To learn more and more every day about the world, myself, and life in general. The power we have over our own bodies, brain, and consciousness does wonders. No need to stay glued to a cell phone all day. It depreciates us as human beings. Enjoying the sun's rays and sunsets and the moon is always a reason to appreciate life. My parents moved from Africa to Canada in the early 90s. Since then they've been working dead-end jobs raising 6 kids, and I can't imagine how hard that can be. Whenever I feel like giving up, I just constantly remind myself what they did so we can have better lives. They are my motivation. I want to show them it was worth it. There's something I want to do, become in my life. After I achieve it, I'll find another goal. DCS. After I decided to appreciate life, I keep finding something or other to explore or life for in life. Till now there's no human in my life that I want to live for. But eventually you'll find some company. Illy Cook up, my very, very drunk uncle, pulled me aside and started to tell me how proud he was of me and what I'm doing with my life, and that if I keep giving that extra bit of effort I can go anywhere. Whenever I feel like I can't do anything or take it anymore, I think of what he said. A body farm, and write letters that explain how much each person meant to me. That there is nothing you could have done to stop me. There is just no reason at 30 to live with a disease like the one I have. My life improving. Deep down I know things won't change when I come out and wear makeup and the dress. Dating post coming out won't improve, especially if my partner's complaining that I'm basing how I want to look on patriarchal views. I realize now that everything has to be done on my own. Spite. Unadulterated spite. Me living and trying to enjoy life despite the multiple things wrong with it. Feels like good motivation, especially against my old bullies from school. People who had no faith in me, and any deity that may be watching over us. I won't let them win. I prefer to keep going out of spite. I've outlived 4 of the 6 people who made my life hell as a teenager, and I know it's low-key terrifying to the other 2. Hey. Plus, my cat would miss me dreadfully. He's a grumpy wee thunderclap, but he's my familiar, damn it. I find little stupid reasons to keep going. A while back it was, I can't give up until I finish Attack on Titan, and right now, it's I can't give up until after I play the Elden Ring DLC. It's stupid, but it has actually really helped me avoid thoughts of ending my life. If I hold my breath for too long, it's uncomfortable, so I keep breathing instead. Also, there are a lot of beautiful, horrifying, hilarious and somber things in life. The deep lows only make the highs more wonderful. So why not just hang around while it lasts? There's never any guarantee that life is going to get better. But if you check out early, there's a definite guarantee that it won't. I want to see if my life will get better. Plus, me dying would really hurt my mom, and I couldn't bear that thought. It's very cliché, but he is my reason to live. He was a hero addict when we first met, and now has clean and is because of me. It was hard for him, but he tried for me. That fact makes me come back to my senses whenever I think of something wrong. To serve a purpose and point to my parents that kept pushing me, there's no turning back now. Just going forward to keep moving until I find something enjoyable and hobbies outside and experience. Gazing the stars while eating something. My main reason is my dog physique. Other reasons boil down to I haven't experienced as much stuff as I want to. I'm satisfied with what I've done in life and don't necessarily want to die. But if I died tomorrow, I'd be okay with it. Legit struggling to find an answer. The hope that things get better. Having to outlive my enemies and corrupt politicians. Maybe to be the difference in the world. Outside my friends and family. Seems like a decent option. My 22-year-old son. I was orphaned by the time I was 6, and it's been quite the lonely struggle. Always felt like a ghost. Never fit in. He's the only reason I'm still alive, and I don't want him to be heartbroken, traumatized.